My name is Ian Crossley. I'm Media and Development Director at Dynamic. I think career development at Dynamic for me means constantly supporting our colleagues to progress and develop their own skills. We have a massive focus on innovation and R&D, looking at what's new and cutting edge from a learning and development perspective. And an enormous part of facilitating that is ensuring that our colleagues are up to date and upskilled and empowered to look at new ideas, new technologies, new techniques, new bits of software.
My name's Lisa Johnson and I'm Projects Director for Dynamic. Career development is essential because everyone needs to feel like they're making progress. We're keen to recruit people who have got a desire to learn and to be successful, and in turn it's about obviously giving them the opportunity to thrive.
So an enormous part of that is technical training, creative training, looking at ideas and trends, but looking at things like programming languages and things like that that they can really use to upskill themselves, and we support them as much as we can in that.
Career development's a continuous journey. That means that people are constantly having the opportunity to learn and evolve. That encompasses all sorts of different things, so that's around getting involved in different types of work. It's around networking, it's around sharing within the team, so internal training, external training, going to conferences and business events and seeing what's current in the market, and being able to bring all of that back and look at how then an individual progresses.
I think supporting career development has really enabled Dynamic to succeed over the years by ensuring that we remain at the cutting edge of what's new and innovative. We're looking to really push the capabilities of what we deliver from a technology and a product perspective. Supporting everyone's career development just really feeds into that overall goal, ensuring staff are upskilled. Everyone from our designers and developers to our project managers to our directors are learning all the time, really. That learning and development happens not just kind of annually or periodically, but daily, really.
So there's always an opportunity for people to learn new skills and to meet with other people, to network, to take on learning opportunities to help with their own progression. So it's about understanding different people's aspirations and being able to work with them to help them to achieve what they want to get from the work or from the job.
Dynamic try and support the career development of all our colleagues by looking at how we take their aspirations forward in terms of building their own career plans and addressing any of their own gaps in their skill set or in their knowledge. The nature of what we do means that our colleagues are constantly, on a daily basis, having to learn new things, upskill themselves in certain areas, look at innovative new trends and explore new techniques and new technologies and new ways of doing things.
My tips for someone who's starting out in their career would be to really consider the attributes of the course they've done. So typically we're talking about students for us who are coming from university, and it's around looking at what you've learned and then thinking about how that will transfer into the workplace. Enjoy what you're doing and look at what you enjoy most and really developing that particular area so that you can go on to think about your future career.
Realise that there is so much unexplored, there's so much you don't know, and you can't really substitute that experience. Whilst you can engineer opportunities to gain experience, go into that with an open mind and a hunger to learn from it.
Hello, I'm James McGear. I'm Design and Media Manager here at Dynamic, and I've been working here for around 5 years now. What I like most about my role is the sort of creative and the broad range of creative stuff we do here at Dynamic. One day you'll be working on a motion graphic, the next day I'll be on a film shoot, and we just do sort of such a variety that makes every day different.
My name is Manjot Danjal and I'm the IT Systems Technician here at Dynamic. So I think with my role, obviously because of working in IT, I think it's best to describe my role as quite dynamic. It's a very adaptive and a challenging role because I think every day is a new day for me.
Over the years, Dynamic have offered me lots of internal resources from our own training modules that are able to develop our own skills. This can be soft skills from sort of your communication and looking at how to handle difficult conversations. Especially as a manager, you need to be able to understand how to deal with difficult conversations because every day is going to be different and people are dealing with different things in their lives, and Dynamic being able to offer that support in terms of how to learn and how to develop as a manager.
With the role that I'm in, there's so many different opportunities, and I feel that my ideas that I put forward are always heard. Nothing's ever given back to me to say, oh, you know, we can't do this, we can't do that. It is always heard, not just by my manager. I think that goes for the whole team. I think everyone is very inclusive and always able to hear and want to listen to everyone's ideas. So I think it's great that we've got these opportunities available to us.
The advice I'd give someone is always put in 100%, because you'll get more out of it in terms of your own development and your own personal development. When you're in this industry, you're constantly learning from the people around you and people who have got much more experience like from you. And if you're wanting to learn and willing to learn, you're going to develop your own skills.
You've got to understand university and real world are two different things, but just give it your best shot.
It's attitude, and I think pushing yourself and not being too afraid to come out of your own comfort zone and pushing yourself to learn. You're developing in yourself, and it's all about that career progression, where you see yourself in, say, 5 years. And Dynamic are constantly asking, okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you want to be doing this? Do you want to be doing that?
And I think this is where I can really now excel forward and kind of what I've learned in university, kind of put it into the real world and see how it is. Again, my manager's been great. He has said to me at the beginning that there is room for progression, there is room to move up. At one point, you could become a manager at some point, you know, it could happen. I don't envisage myself leaving anytime soon. And I just think from here, things can just only go up and up and get better from here.
I'm Louisa, and I'm a Creative Development Manager here at Dynamic. Our placement scheme helps students go back to university because it gives them a great work ethic. They have discipline for the final year because they work with lots of different clients, with lots of different skills, and it really sets them up for their final year.
I'm Elias Chadwick. I'm a junior creative developer and I'm on placement from Leeds Beckett. I think working in a professional environment to set deadlines is a main benefit of going on placement. Time management, which will improve throughout the whole year of being on placement, will be so much more beneficial than going into third year.
A placement role is a great opportunity for a student because it really sets them up for their final year. You get a lot of discipline and really good work ethic, and because you're working with lots of different clients, you gain loads of new skills. It looks really good on your CV, and businesses love that you get industry experience. It shows that you're really willing to learn.
The main way that Dynamic has supported me is giving me my own say, my own freedom to sort of work on the stuff that I want to work on. If I've wanted to do something in particular, they've given me the work to be able to accomplish that and achieve those goals that I wanted to do.
Over the years, I've really helped other people in their career development. I've created new training plans, I help induct the placements, I do face-to-face training as well, and that really helps them in their own career development.
We'd never done Storyline at uni. Obviously that's like one of the main applications that we use here at Dynamic. I think the training going into working with Storyline was really good, even though it was different to what we'd done before in a totally new application. We were able to sort of go away and do his own thing. There wasn't pressure on, right, need to get this done. It allowed us to experiment with different things.
I have regular meetups with the placements. It's usually once a week, and that gives me an opportunity to give them feedback on the work that they're working on. This is really important because it allows me to understand where they are with their progression and to show that they're moving in the right direction.
I think the main thing is the feedback that you get back from a mentor. We have weekly catch-ups. We would go through my work a bit more intensely, break it down and see how we can improve that work and build upon that work, taking it to the next level.
One piece of advice that I'd give to someone early in their career is just saying yes to try new things and having that willingness to learn.
I would 100% advise students to go on placement. The main advice I would give is to set targets and goals. This is a year where you can sort of experiment with your work and your role, so why not set those targets and see how you can push those boundaries.
So my name's Tom Folks. I'm a learning experience designer and I've been working at Dynamic for just under 2.5 years now. I guess in my role specifically, it's quite a new area for the business. So I actually started out as a developer, but my background's in more academic subjects like English and history. When the opportunity came up to move sideways into instructional design and now learning experience design, I really jumped at that.
I'm Tanya and I'm a creative developer here at Dynamic, and I've been here for about just over a year. Dynamic definitely gives me lots of opportunities to try new skills, and I've learned so many different new tools. We also get the opportunity to set goals, short term and long term, and go through what we've achieved.
I guess they just have lots of systems in place to let you learn and try new things. So I was given a mentor when I started as a placement who worked with me, every week to make sure that I was doing okay and look for areas in which I wanted to improve. And now my most recent manager sets me up with targets that could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months, it could be a year, and really checks in with me to make sure that I am hitting the targets in relation to my personal career development goals as well as the wider business aims.
My development at Dynamic has been supported by things like my mentor meetings and just getting the opportunity to try new things when I've wanted to.
I go to a lot of webinars where I learn the latest in learning technology and learning theory, and then I'm really encouraged to put that into practice in client work and project work and just try new ways of taking what we offer to the next level.
I've not had many major obstacles here, but when I have, there's always been support.
I guess probably the biggest obstacle that I've had in my time at Dynamic was balancing my final year at university. I didn't really want to let go of all the stuff I was doing at Dynamic, so they really supported me in balancing my uni work and the client work that I had. I've really been given quite a lot of free rein to contribute what I think would go well. So it's really taken me on a journey of personal, career development and growth, as well as then having an opportunity to really apply what I've learned in practice.
I'm always encouraged to try new things here at Dynamic, like joining the social media team and getting experience in that, as well as doing things outside of my job role, things like using After Effects and Audition and Premiere.
I think the biggest piece of advice that I would give anyone who's looking to start a career in e-learning or a career in any creative digital industry really is to not be afraid to go after what works for you. Just go out, push yourself, make the most of opportunities and just seize the day.